I never know when this starts. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday and it's Vegas. Is it Friday? It feels like it's the first day of COVID outbreak shutdown. It's a weird one out here. We'll see how it goes. It's Friday. It's early. Maybe everybody is coming into town. We're gonna play a game for you in the chats or watching on replay or live in the chats. Wait until we see that there are some people in the chats so we can get some participation. We're going to play a game in a minute of how much does it cost? Okay, so we have our Western Conference champs, Vegas Golden Knights, 2026. I don't wear hats anymore. This is an impulse buy. Let's play a game of what does the hat cost? And this one is cool because it has Mitch Marner's signature on it. Good on you, Mitchie. You threw that Vegas away, or you threw that Toronto away. It also doesn't have it has a new version of the Stanley Cup on the back, which I love. So Western Conference Finals, let's play a game of how much do you think it costs? And I don't wear hats, like I said. This is really just because I have the 2020, I have the 2016 Western Conference, 2017 Western Conference champs. Now I have the 2026 version. So we'll play a game and I have the receipt right here. Give me your bids in the chat, 39, 59, 85, 23. By the way, the hat is really nice. Like if I'm going to give you a review of the hat without spoiling the price, it's very soft inside of here. Like I can feel that there's a lot of padding around the inside band. It is made in, I don't know, made in Vietnam. Made in Vietnam by Vietnamese people, I guess. What is it made out of? Legendary, it's called... Oh, wow, it's distributed everywhere by everybody differently. That's incredible. There's look at how many tags are on the back here. All these different tags to show you different languages. Yeah, because we all know that hockey is very big in France. And, well, Russia makes sense. And I don't know what this language is. Italian, Ukrainian, like Czech. Anyways, So, depends on where, I don't know, it was purchased at Lids. I bought it at Lid's Locker Room here on the Las Vegas Strip. What do you think I paid for the hat? And you let me know, because I think they actually increased the price on it. I'm seeing that there's two tags. One was put over another one, and one is scribbled out. And this was the last Mitch Marner one that they had, which was kind of cool, too. So there you go. Proud of the Vegas Golden Knights getting into the Stanley Cup Final. This is, their second finals appearance in just 9 years of club history. That's a big deal. So how you guys doing? How was your week? This is the part of the video where we open it up. Oops, I forgot. I thought for a minute I was on Prism I can put titles and overlays. This one I can't. So I was going to put open chat, ask me questions. Your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday to you tomorrow. Congratulations on the birthday coming up. 179. Yeah, no. You're surprised I bought it. Jay Bravo is surprised I bought the hat. Don't be surprised. I'm addicted to dumb things. I was shopping Amazon today for things that I don't really need. So there it is. Let's open up the chat so I can read you guys on my YouTube app right here. And we can have a conversation about stuff. Anybody new in the chat? Probably not. I didn't do regular content today. I got to be honest with you. My script kicked my ass. My AI research was failing every which way. It was throwing out preposterous numbers about things, and then I fell into a research trap. And I got the video script done, I got the recording done, and then I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tapping out. I don't want to play this game. So I just decided that I was going to live stream with you guys today. How does my audio sound? Yeah, you know, my audio sounds so good on this. It's absolutely bonkers. So we have some guesses on what the hat's worth. Let me share this with the appropriate folks so they know why I'm not answering them. That's always a smart thing to do. Continue. Yeah, I know. Facebook Messenger always asks you for your PIN nowadays. It's the worst thing in the world. Share this with my wife so she knows what's up. Boom. Share this with my other friends so they know what's up. Boom. And there we are. Okay. First time catching you live. Yeah, I'm live a couple of times a week. We were live on Wednesday. Now we're live here again. AI can be poisoned. AI is just a predictive model of what to say next. And it was making up numbers like the The amounts of rent increases between pre-pandemic and 2026, it was spitting out 60%, which no, it's not. Like, wouldn't it be good for me in my doom and gloom formula if it was 60%? But it wasn't. And I'm not going to put something into a video that is complete and utter hogwash. I got to get back to the gym. It's been a month. Hey, buddy, it's Chris. I said hello to you in Summerlin. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? I saw you. You were on my stream there for a minute. Chris, aren't you, you're in my course, right? You think the hat costs $34.99. Kane's dominating the Habs 3-0. I really honestly thought that with Claude Lemieux passing away, that the Montreal Canadiens will come out with a win-win for the Gipper type speech. We have $68 for the hat, $62.99, Mr. Roboto. Caesars doesn't sell Vegas. Well, they might actually sell, but I don't think they sell that. They might just sell generic Vegas Golden Knights stuff. Cut the tags off. I'm never going to wear it, so I'm going to keep the tags on. My birthday is tomorrow. I got you. So we have lots. $50, $65, $45, $79. It is desolate. It is. The truth about this hat is that they charged me for 3 different things. Yeah, we're not getting Algo Box. That's for people who want to lose their money. Algo Box is a scam. Algo Box is a trading scam because if Algo Box worked for everybody, everybody would buy it and nobody would ever have to trade anything. I want you to use your critical thinking skills. If somebody tells you that their special thing is no think, you don't have to think about things. You can just buy a special plugin to trade with and it'll do everything for you and you'll make tons of money. Why hasn't everybody done it? Because it doesn't work that way. That's it. Hope you are doing well. I'm doing great. So this hat was as follows. Here's the breakdown of the hat. And it's hard to see because of the words on the back of the receipt. So we had the hat, which was $38. We had Maple Leaf NHL player. I don't know what, oh, that's hilarious. Mitch Marner was a Maple Leaf NHL player. And he must be still in the system at Lids for embroidery or something, as they embroidered a Maple Leaf NHL player for $15 in this hat. And then add-on specialty thread, I guess, another $5. Total amount for the hat that I will never wear, but I wanted to buy it, so screw y'all. $61.77. For a thing that most people will end up having blow off and get filthy dirty and it'll get sweat all over it and you can't really clean this thing because of all the shininess on it. But hey, it's my team, baby. Do you feel YouTube censors free speech? Not as much as you think. Chris says, great course. Anyone on the fence, sign up. Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about the course yet. How was my trading this week? Trading was good this week. I have one of my prop firm accounts that I closed out $9,500 on. And then I have another account that I'm working with. This is my trades today, this morning. This is my Trade account with my prop firm. I did $1,700. I took 6 trades. My winning percentage was only 83% today. So that was my winning calculation. So 83% of everything I did was good today. I had one giant drawdown trade that I didn't like. The market open was a gift from heaven. It shot straight up, then it went straight down. You had 3 opportunities to trade today and make tons of money if you knew exactly what you were doing. It was all there for you. It was just sitting in your hand going, take it, take it. Why won't you take it? You deserve this. You can make $1,700. And that's what I did. And so hopefully you guys did that. I knew you would make it. I always made it. What's up, Tobin? How you doing? But that's what it is. So I'm going to put this hat away. If you're not trading the futures markets, you guys are missing out on the biggest opportunity in the history of mankind right now. We also have the biggest, I got to scratch my nose and I don't want you to think I'm picking it. We're also in the middle of the greatest wealth transfer in all time right now. The middle class is being absolutely erased and we're melting up the markets big time. And that's what it is. Everything is just going in the opposite direction. I'm going to try not to do hard sells on this stream if I at all possibly can, but I will tell you I teach people how to trade the markets. It's a course I made called 1K a day. It took me years to get to that point. The futures markets is different than everything else. A lot of you guys think that being a day trader involves studying a chart for hours, having an advanced degree in economics. You think that you need thousands of dollars to deposit into an account so you can hope that you can maybe make some money over time. You think Warren Buffett telling you to buy Coca-Cola in 1939 and then cashing out in the year 2000 so you can have, money, but then you'd be 100 years old. So what's the point? Not like that. The futures markets is up and down all day. If the market tanks, you can click buttons and make money. If the market goes up, you can click buttons and make money. If you love Donald Trump and he says something that you love and the markets go up, you can make money. If you hate Donald Trump and he says something that you think is silly and the markets go down, you can make some money. And I teach you guys how to do that. And it's not hard. You just have to know pattern recognition. If you can know red light, green light, you can trade the markets. If you can understand the most basic patterns in the world, which you already do, you can trade the markets. And I had to raise my price. My coupons don't work at the same price anymore. So I do have it on sale still because I think a recession's coming. You can get my $2,000 course for $197. It's actually $197.51. $197.51. Smart man you are, sir. Thanks for the vids. Cool. What's going on with Vegas real estate right now? I did a video on Vegas real estate not 2 days ago. The luxury market is up nearly 13% in Vegas. The market is unaffordable for everybody else. 47 out of 50 major metros in America are unaffordable. The only 3 where you can properly buy a house comfortably with 30% of your income or under going to your housing are Detroit, Michigan, St. Louis, Missouri, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Every other market is essentially priced everybody out except for the top 10 percenters. People that in a place like Nevada, you need to make $111,000 to buy a house a year. Most people in Nevada make $70,000, $80,000 for their annual household. So most people can't afford the houses right now. Seattle, Washington, you need to make $219,000 to afford a home. Miami, it's like $250,000 or something. Boston, it's $444,000. That's all in the video I did 3 days ago. The biggest difference between a third world society and a first world society is the large middle class. I wouldn't say that you're wrong on that, Zach. That's a very interesting way to go for it. That's a steal. He says knowledge is power. That's true. It is. I'm going to change that so it's the right thing. It's $297.49. That's what the price is. And I had to. That's the cheapest I could get the coupon. If I'm being like just upfront and clear as day for you. I was doing it for $297. Now it's freaking I was doing it for $197. Now it's freaking $197.49. I know it's like 49 cents. You're laughing at that, but the problem is, I got some issues with it. Now the price continuously just goes up, and now you guys are going to miss out if you don't act on it. But anyways, I teach you guys. It takes 15 minutes a day to do those kinds of things once you know what you're looking for. What are your ongoing expenses? When you decide to actually trade where you can make some money, I recommend prop firms, $100 for an account where you pass the exam by earning a profit target of around $3,000. And then from there, you can actually make same day withdrawals if you're winning in the markets. So, but anyways, that's my commercial. We'll talk about it more later. What would you do to save Vegas vibe or reinvent it? What new ingredients would you add? I got to be truthful. I love the city now that I'm actually making money to live in it. Vegas for a while was a place for everybody of every budget. Now it's not a place for anybody except for people with higher budgets or who are living on credit card debt. So if you're living on credit card debt and you come to Vegas, you're going to have a great time. There's so much cool stuff here. If you're coming to town, you want to see an event, you want to see a concert. I think this city has everything that it needs, but I think that vacationing has been a right. People look at vacations like I have a right to take a vacation, and you do. I'm not saying you don't. But I think that the industry has snapped back now, and now it's more like you don't have a right to a vacation. You have a privilege to a vacation. You're going to pay dearly for that expense. So would I change Vegas and not into the year 2026? I don't know what I could change in this town. It has a mix of everything. The deals are here if you want to find them. You have to come middle of the week. You have to come when it's not convention season. You have to maybe come when it's the worst weather of the year. But you can certainly find deals. Are you going to be able to eat the meals that you want to eat? No. Are you going to be able to do the buffets like you used to? No. There's certain concessions that you're going to have to trade off. But I think everything is here. All the mix is here, especially you have the money to come to Vegas, which a lot of you guys do, and a lot of you guys don't. I hate vaping and weed smell in Vegas. Less people in Vegas is good. It's more relaxing. People are going to Reno, possibly. My friend got his Trump phone. It's a POS. Well, it's a 2024 HTC model. I mean, it's $500 phone. You're paying cash for it. No. But he still got a phone. So all those people that said that Trump was never going to ship the phones, I guess they were wrong. I was taking a... What's your take on ETFs? I make decent money in dividends. I don't teach investing, so I teach how to click buttons. And by the way, if you do invest, I don't teach investing if you invest. I don't teach investing, but if you guys do get into 1K a day today, if you invest in your future, I will show it on the screen with none of your personal information, and I'll use your initial. I'll say, hey, Mr. A or Miss B got into 1K a day, just to show you guys that there is a market for this stuff. Those phones are made in China. Buddy, my iPhone is made in China. My iPad is made in China. My whatever 13-inch iPad Pro M5 is made in China. My $3,500 Mac desktop is made in China. My PlayStation 5 is made in China. It's a $1,000 PS5 Pro. My Apple Watch is made in China. Everything is made in China. So China is funny because there's two types of Chinese manufacturing, like two assembly lines. On one end, you have the cheaper stuff. On the other end, you have the high-end stuff. So people need to realize tips are not included in your food or dining budget. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And that's the problem too, man. I mean, a lot of the people that are working and living on the strip, they rely on your gratuities. Evening Steve, watching from Connecticut. Cool. Thanks for the stream. Gotcha. The Trump phone, the point was USA made. Oh, I don't know if that's the case. I guess if that's the case, then haha, I guess, right? It's impossible to make phones or to manufacture on scale for something like iPhone will never be made in the USA. I think Tim Cook announced that Apple will be making the screens, Corning Gorilla Glass in the USA or some components, but you're never going to get a mass consumer device made in America. Foxconn, the company that makes most of the consumer devices that you use every day. Okay, Foxconn manufacturing facility. I want you guys to take a guess. How many people do you think on a daily basis work at Foxconn, which makes your tablets, your iPhone, it makes all your smartphones, all your consumer devices, all your computers. How many people do you think on a daily basis work at one of those factories? Type it in the chat. Let's get the chat rate up. Let's go. I may have had a Red Bull and my vitamin P5P before, so I'm a little chatty Cathy tonight. But how many people do you think work at a Foxconn facility in China? The things that make all the devices that run our lives. Tell me in the comments. We have somebody that said 10,000. Okay. Keep going. If you're not putting commas in, it's really hard for me to read these numbers. Somebody said, is that 1,125,000? We have to have more people that can fancy a guess at how many people work at a Foxconn. How many people in China are making below American wages to make your 22,000? Okay, keep going. 150. Keep going. 500,000. Blad Paul nailed it. Around 400,000 people per day. Now, think of America and think of every state in America. Think of every state in America. Now think of one single place in the United States of America where we could build something that large. First of all, you have to build the facility, and then you could take 400,000 people of that population and have them make commercial devices. 400,000 people. Can you find a place in America where you can find 400,000 people? The answer is no, you can't. It's impossible. Even in a city like Los Angeles, California, you're not going to find 400,000 able-bodied people to work for the money required to build that device for you. Because here's another spoiler alert for you. Foxconn worker average pay. I used to know this number. $3 to $5 per hour. So $3 to $5 per hour in China. India's $3 on the lower end. China's on the higher end at $5 per hour. Where are you going to find in America somebody that'll work for that? There's no. California state minimum wage for fast food employees is $20 per hour. And that's to do a job that is far less technically minded than making sure that, circuit board solder points are correct on a logic board on a tablet or a phone. So it's never going to happen, ever. That is a Lamborghini. Wow, beautiful car. Nobody in the USA wants sweatshops back. I agree with you there. I agree. I wish I knew how much you guys were making. I wish I knew it. I'll never tell you what I'm making, so I'm never going to ask you what you're making. But I wish I knew, because it would give me an idea for who can actually afford to come here versus not. I won't tell you what I'm making, so I won't ask you what you're making. Is it true Tesla is building in the Philippines? Probably not. Why would they? You would never want to do business in the Philippines. I love the Philippines. Got family. My wife's from there. I got no issues with Philippines, but I would never start a business in the Philippines. One of the most corrupt countries in the world to do business in. I'd be very shocked if Tesla was building anything there when they have China, right? Where all the stuff that they need is in China, versus the Philippines, which has pretty much zero minerals industry, zero heavy manufacturing industry. Philippines has done a very bad job with their country. It's sad. Philippines decided to export human labor out of their country in what they call the Balikbayan program. Balikbayan, literally, it's like countryman traveler. That's what it means, world traveler. So they export their nurses and their doctors and their nannies and their engineers outside of America so they can go work somewhere else and then remit money back home. And that's what they did, and it's a problem for them. And Philippines has major challenges. Right now, one of the biggest businesses in the Philippines is call centers. Those will be going away in the next 2 to 5 years. You will not have call centers anymore because AI will handle everything for people. And, they're going to lose that industry. So they can either build data centers, that would be smart, but then where do you build a data center where the entire thing doesn't get blown down by a typhoon? It's got to build it in the south. I'm going on about the Philippines too much. Nobody cares about the Philippines on this stream, I would imagine. Those are California Highway Patrol officers who work in Nevada, California state line, making $200,000 a year and live in Vegas. Smart of them to live in Vegas. It's kind of like back in the day when they were building the Hoover Dam and somebody would die on the job and the workers would pull them into Nevada from Arizona, because if you died on the Nevada side, you got better pay for your family. Vegas is too expensive to go. My friends don't want to go anymore. Illinois is the most corrupt state in America. 309 watching. Smash the like button. 316, 321. Damn, I'm not that, but here's the deal. I went on carnivore diet, off carnivore diet, back on it. I went off carnivore, on carnivore, off it, and on it. 2 ons. Now I'm off again, and I got to get back to the gym. And I started taking NMN, an NAD precursor, 5 days ago, and I must be very deficient in NAD, which makes sense for me because I'm on the Asperger spectrum. I run high cortisol. I was doing low carb. That'll mess with your NAD, which is part of mitochondrial energy. So I'm taking a supplement for that, and my brain's waking up pretty good. I run a Leering Center and make $4 million. Good for you. The orgy tent at Burning Man got destroyed by a freak storm. Is that true? That's gross that they have that. Please talk about the real reason the casinos closed the buffets. Somebody emailed me today, and I have yet to go over the email, but they said it was like, here's the problem with the email. The email is a blog post, and it claims that basically the unions shut down the buffets. I mean, it's unsubstantiated, and it's like when I source something, I need to get a better source. But it was a very interesting idea that station casinos had this labor dispute with the unions, and they didn't want to hire union people. And then I'd have to go through the whole thing. I've been busy, and I wasn't able to read all of it. You just got off a 4-day water fast. All right. Art Vandalay is a great name. Please consider subscribing to the GOAT. Oh, thank you so much, Stuffs. Man, Illinois is maybe corrupt, but California, we have it in a royal flush. It's the amount of corruption, tens of billions. Buffet poker rooms made casinos no money. Jimmy Buffett died. Didn't he already pass away a while back? For some reason, I thought he passed away a long time ago. I'm almost positive he did. Yeah, he died in 2023. You're talking about because I said buffets, right? That's funny. AI call operator sounds nice, actually. When you've had about call operators, you'll understand why. Well, I have no problem with Filipino accent and stuff, but there's like a certain, like, there's levels there's levels of customer service. And sometimes, like, if you're calling a bank, the last thing you want to hear is somebody with an accent. And I know, you're going to tell me that sounds racist, right? You're a racist. You're the worst racist that ever racisted. That's not a word. But I'm not. And here's why. We speak a common lingua, right? Franco-lingua, common tongue, right? And when you're dealing with things like money or very important sensitive issues, you want to deal with somebody who kind of like sounds like you and understands and speaks on the same rapid clip as you. And in the Philippines, they speak English, but it's like a different cadence and everything's different. And you run into a mental block when you try to talk to that person. Same with India, same with anywhere else, really. I mean, you call somebody and they're singing. Filipinos like to sing their image. Sorry, sir, let me look into that for you. And that's fine. I love it. It's beautiful culture. I want to go and retire there someday, and it's amazing. But when you're calling somebody about your bank or your crypto account, you want to get somebody that sounds like you and me. Somebody that can talk real fast if you need to, that kind of thing. What do you think about AI in the music industry? Where do you think it's going? Oh, dude, you remember Milli Vanilli back in the day? I was telling my buddy, he's a music industry rock star executive guy. Oh, he was. Now he's just a gazillionaire who finds artists and get them discovery deals. But I was like, you remember Milli Vanilli back in the day? And everybody was outraged that these two guys were lip syncing for these singers that didn't have the look to be on stage. But we're heading to a place in the music industry on AI. By the way, AI is coming for your job. That's why you need skills. That's why you need to buy into 1K a day. We're getting to a place where AI music is producing such good quality output from a pedestrian, like from a regular perspective, from my perspective, from your perspective. The music industry and musicians are gonna spot it. All of us can't. If you're a musician in the chat, I hate to break it to you. I can't hear the difference. There's nobody here because it's Vegas and it's dead. That guy back there can't hear the difference. The person coming out of the store can't hear the difference. Okay? So you're screwed. You're done for. And so we're going to get to a place where we're going to have a Milli Vanilli scenario where it's socially acceptable and everybody understands it. Because J-Lo is a glorified lip sync artist. If she was here, she'd probably go ham on me and pound me for saying that. But there's a backup singer that admits that one of the songs that J-Lo performs in her concert is her singing, the backup singer singing, and J-Lo's just performing it. So if that's the case, and we all understand fully that these artists are already going into the studio, singing a pristine track, and then lip syncing it, we're going to be completely comfortable with the fact that they've hired an actress who can sing and lip sync and entertain you to lip sync an AI track. And that's where the music industry is going right now. Auto-tune is its own genre. Like, I can listen to Kanye West sing. I'm a Kanye West fan. I like his music. I don't agree with his off-the-rails stuff about Mr. H from the 1930s in Germany. I don't like that part, but I like it. I like Kanye West music, but when you take it and you over-exaggerate it, it becomes a genre in and of itself. I mean, just like how, okay, think about it this way, right? In the 60s, nobody used a keyboard except for maybe the Doors, and then in the 70s, keyboards became everything, and then the 80s, synths became everything, and now you have music that's doesn't have a human being or a keyboard at all. It's EDM music, and nobody thought that EDM music would become such a big genre, electronic dance music. If you look up the clip where Milli Vanilli lip syncs repeated, and one of them did an interview about it, it's hilarious. Glycerine on Soul, I don't know what that is, but okay. Does Caesar's own Hard Rock? No, that's owned by the Seminole tribe. The Seminoles own Hard Rock. Poker has been very good to me. Okay, good. I'm a solo musician, Ridge Runner says. get tattoos and piercings. I'm not going to do that. What do you think about AI music? Okay, AI call operator. Steven, me and my wife being combined pensions of 90,000 plus. What will new Caesars owner do if he raises fees? Does he think more visitors will come? If so, he's an idiot. So this is a question about the fact that Caesars is being sold. Okay, now Caesars is being sold to Tillman Fertitta, tomato. Now, the deal is worth $17 billion, 17.9 or something. But for Tillman's only spending $5 billion on the deal. He's going to be buying their debt for the most part. So the actual cash portion of the deal is like $5 billion. And the rest of it is assuming all the debt of Caesars Entertainment because they just can't do it anymore. They've tapped out. And so the video I made yesterday, the argument I made is that it's $800 million to service the debt on the $12 billion that they owe, $13 billion almost. So servicing the debt, if you're not familiar with what this is that you have a debt, you have an interest payment, right? Let's say you have an interest payment on your credit card of $100 per month. Then you have your principal, and your principal is $100 a month. But you only have $100, so all you pay is the interest payment every month. And then just every month, you roll out the $100, all you're paying is the interest. You never pay the principal down. So Caesars, all these companies assume debt. Every company in Vegas has some level of debt. That's how they operate. That's how they run their books. They never spend their own cash on anything. So they have to service that debt. Now, every company has this debt service ratio number. Every company, be it Apple or Caesars Entertainment, right? So Wall Street looks at that and they say, how close are you to not being able to service the debt? Caesars is okay because they're a cash liquid company because of all the money they have coming through the slots and everything on all the special events and stuff like that. So what it breaks down to, though, is 50,000 rooms across Caesars across North America and 40 million room nights per year on average that are booked. And if they wanted to service the debt, all they have to do is generate $20 more per room night from everybody to service the debt. $800 million. They could do that. That's one way to do it. The second way to do it is that Tillman Fertitta is a restaurants guy. So he owns the Landry's Group. So that's like Morton's Steakhouse, Bubblegum Shrimp Company, what else? Rainforest Cafe. He owns a lot of these things. He could take a look at all of the existing contracts that Eldorado currently has with all the vendors across all the properties. And he could look at everything they have with, like, Gordon Ramsay, for example. All of his restaurants are at Caesars properties. And they could just renegotiate everything, up the rents if they wanted to. Or they could cancel out renewals of contracts. And in some cases, they could cancel the contract entirely. And you might see a whole slate of restaurant closures in Caesars properties from coast to coast. And then Tillman could move in and he could put his successful brands in there. So you might see a marquee Bubblegum Shrimp Company open it, in front of Caesars Palace, where maybe there was once the bar that sits out there. They might monetize that, build on it, build a restaurant that can be monetized that will bring in people. There's another way that he could make money. Or they could just, put in little tiny fees that don't make any sense on the bill. The video I did today was talking about cable bills. I haven't published it yet. It'll come out next week. The average person across America spends $450 in junk fees on their cable bills every year. And they don't realize they're paying that every single year, but you're paying it. Americans pay $90 billion in extra fees on little tiny things. The $1.50 to pay your utility bill online, for example. That's a junk fee. Think about it this way, right? 40 million room nights. Just find a way to put $20 on those bills, and then you're paying more for everything, And once Caesars can do it, everybody in the market does it because they all follow a leader, and it creeps. And now everything is more expensive for you no matter where you're traveling and where you're going to. So that's my thoughts on that. Okay, that's not nice. I stayed at the property and hated it. I go to Indian casinos, much affordable. Depends. I mean, if you're trying to stay at the Palms resorts, not the Palms, but the Yamava resorts that owns the Palms, out in San Bernardino, Yamava costs $900 a night for a room. Go look it up. You think I'm making that up? I'm not making that up. Craftwork and okay, so we're talking about music there. I got a comp room at Caesars. It was a dump. One thing about this channel, I feel like I always learn something versus the other fun channels, which are cool too. Thanks so much, Cult. Appreciate it. Vegas is one of the best cities if you have money. 100%. I was driving with Jay Bravo. We're driving on the 215 Beltway away from T-Mobile Arena the other night after the game. And it was just like this electric feeling, man. It's like you're driving in a Ferrari from an event where you sat in $1,000 seats, and it dawns on you that as long as you have money, this is without a doubt one of the very best cities on the planet to be in. And we were talking about that. Canada is the king of taxes, hidden taxes. You Americans have nothing to bitch about, RE taxes. Live outside the USA. Live outside the USA. You know, granted, I'm from Canada. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, Canada has some aggressive taxation. But hey, if you get a bill for cancer, you're never going to pay it in Canada. That's true. I'm not saying that negatively. But getting that appointment to find out you have cancer is a whole other thing altogether. But yeah, so there it is, right? XLM looks good. I don't know what that is. What do you think of the LA mayor race? I try not to get political, guys. I know people that are lifelong voting for Democrats that aren't voting for Democrats in LA. Spencer Pratt, reality TV star. I mean, Karen Bass, career politician. Just do your due diligence. I don't know. Anybody think? Tell me your comments below. Fight in the comments for me. I have a problem with CEOs making buku bucks and sticking it to customers with lower employees. Well, most of the, what you don't know too is that most of the CEOs have what are called golden parachutes. So the golden parachute clause is that even if the CEO runs the company into the ground and the investors lose, the CEO is guaranteed an exit clause. I want my ballroom free healthcare. I voted for Spencer, Reedberry says. One of Vegas's best cities, yep. One thing about this channel, okay. There you go. So there you go. Oh my God, I didn't hear that until you mentioned. Oh. Steve, do you think Vegas will recover from this economy? And if so, any predictions of when from Toronto? I think Vegas is okay. But I just think it's not built for the regular person anymore. Tom says, paper trading up 475 this morning, and for the first time closed my computer and walked away. Tom, there you go, man. And so you do that on paper trading in 1K a day for a while, and then you get to the point where you're no longer paper trading, and now you're crushing 475 a day in 15 or 20 minutes. How sweet is that? That is a very sweet day. I love hearing that. Yeah, let's see here. What did Stuart Atkinson say? Stuart Atkinson said Claude Lemieux. So yeah, Claude Lemieux, a legend hockey player, big brawler from back in the day, won Stanley Cups with several teams, spanning multiple decades. He passed away. Sad. Just so you know, this is this guy named Pink Lips. Pink Lips, YouTube is holding your comments because you're saying nasty stuff. They're holding your comments. See, I'm not holding your comments. So Pink Lips, if you think you're being censored, you're not. It's YouTube's AI picking on you, saying things like that out. And I just, there's certain things, I usually am pretty free speech. When YouTube's AI makes mistakes, I usually go ahead. Oh, by the way, here was the trade today. Do you guys want to see how you guys could have made $2,000 this morning in a few minutes? I'll show you exactly what it is. I'll show you how that worked before we get going. I think it's interesting to look at it. Yeah, I don't censor you guys, but when I see stuff like that, I don't need to uncensor you. You know what I mean? So, anyhow. This morning was a beautiful, glorious day to trade the markets. Just so you guys understand this. If you were in one, you likely understood what was going on here. I woke up, I saw that it kept hitting this level here. So I marked this level. This was the high level from overnight. And I waited for the open to happen. And it pumped off of the 20, which was close to the blue line, the red line, the blue line, and the white line. And it pumped up and I got in. And if you didn't get in the first little bit and click the buy button, you waited till the red came and that second green came right above my thumb there. See the red, green, red? If you click green, you had another opportunity there. And then if you waited for the red, green, red, and you... See, I told you pattern recognition. If you click the button there, this was worth $4,000 to the right person. All the way up. And then You waited and this little crossover happened and you got in here, you wrote it down, you could have clicked and made another 4. And then it hit down here and then you clicked it. You see what I mean? That's what I teach in 1K a day. I teach you guys to look for the opportunities. So if you guys want to get in on that, I am still running the deal. You got to type in the code 529 and you will get in for $197.49. I can't put the .49 in for some reason. It's $197.49, $197.49. Type in the code 529. I've run out of, I can't do it for $197. Now I'm doing it for a little bit more, the cheapest I can run it for, the least expensive, because I think that is going to help you guys, and you guys are going to have a skill like that. Imagine making that kind of money if you could, right? But then now it's going to go up. I know it's just going to go up because algorithmically my coupons aren't working anymore. So you better get in now. You better get in now. Pink Lips says, Vegas is full of sex. What's the problem? Oh, it's not my problem, Pink Lips, but YouTube doesn't like your comments. I can't help it. It's not me. It's Gemini AI. The AI overlord, bro. I'm a pretty big free speech guy. You know, I used to talk about politics and people used to call me all sorts of names that occasionally I'd go crazy on them, but I never really banned them. I used to ban people for trolling me, and I don't even do that anymore. It's not me, bro. It's YouTube. It's YouTube. Nobody has Carolina beating Vegas, Kirk, but maybe they will. I don't know. It's hockey. You never know what's going to happen. You make $2,000 every day, Granite Man? Look at you, bro. You're in 2K a day territory. Good for you. Yeah, and if I can get a testimonial from a student, that would be great. I had one of my students actually text me today. I'll show you what he did. I can't show you his name, but he's at a 72% win rate. He made $200. So he says here he got 660. Oh man, I can't show you that either because it's going to show his phone number. So here he is. He says, weird trading day, cleared 250. Then I hit 660, tempted to go back, walk away. So I got students making 660 a day. There's a testimonial. Stave, 2000 easy, not visiting Las Vegas. Oh, okay. Well, I asked for a student testimonial and Granite Man made a dad joke, which I respect. Granite Man's been watching me for a while. Let's take a walk. Take a walk. Take a walk and see what we can see. Nirvana. I gave away so many clothes today. I had all these old t-shirts. I don't wear t-shirts anymore. I just wear these V-cut black shirts, fitted stuff. I don't know. I felt weird giving away clothes because back in the day, I had to shop at thrift stores. Now they're turning like, you know, thank you, Steph's, for moderating that. Steph's moderated the most nastiest comment just now. I can't even read it to you. It goes against my Christian values to read you that comment. Gross. Take a walk on the wild side, and all the ladies saying. $79 is a high? Like, come on, dude. It doesn't get better than that. So nice, man. Do 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 do. All right. Looks like my signal might be bouncing. Who knows? Let's go live and see. No, I got signal. That's good. I lost half my stream. I don't know why. All right, well, there's no chats. Oh, there's chats now. All of a sudden, they just came in big clumps. Great course, 23 plus hours of content laid out very logically, and it's excellent for beginners. People who have experienced the course has really helped me put my trading plan in action. Thank you. Don says the best part of 1K a day is the ability to go back and review videos and try to understand why a trade didn't work out. Plus, I have like maybe 10 20-minute long trading sessions to show you exactly how it all works in action. So there you go. Thank you for the testimonials, guys. Hopefully we pick up a student or two. That'd be nice. We're going to go down. I'm going to try to stay outside today. It's one of those rare opportunities where I actually can do that because it's not boiling hot temperatures. I'm going to rewatch it the second time, Mark says. Seeing Vegas so dead is sad. It's the weekend after the long weekend. Everybody blew their time off budgets on the long weekend. Woo! Beauty, eh? As they say up in Canada. Lots of traffic coming down, but I don't know if they're turning onto the strip or going down to... I just left Vegas a day ago, and it was the busiest in years. Well, I mean, I don't know. Guess my lion eyes. I'm using AI technology, but this is never busy. Like, what do you expect? But we were just at a fashion show. Let's see if it's dead or empty. I have to clickbait people. I mean, I'm very, honest about it. Everybody clickbaits everybody. You have to. Or else you guys will never click on a video. That's what it is. But I do feel it's slow tonight. That's for sure. Crime, con, and what's up? What's up? Yeah, but the World Series of Poker is months long. Just because it opens, it doesn't mean it's going to be busy. There's no the main event's not for a while, right? As far as I understand, unless I do multiple World Series of Pokers, but I've noticed no, this video's in 1080p, dude. I don't know what to tell you. This video is 100% in 1080p. I mean, if you don't want to watch it in 1080p, that's fine, but here's the quality. 1080p 60. That's the live stream. And all my recent uploads are 1080p as well. I actually prefer 1080p. Maybe it's... so if you're watching on a mobile device, here's the deal. A lot of the time, your mobile provider is going to default you to 720p the minute it detects your streaming video. And they're doing that on purpose because even though you're paying for a premium service, they're effing you in the A. Remember Joe Pesci in their Lethal Weapon where he says they F you at the drive-thru? That's what they're doing to you. They're always going to default you down in most cases. The ways to do and get around this, that look like Stephen Portnoy. The way to get around this is to use a VPN if you wanted to. I don't have a VPN to sell you. But you could use a VPN and then it will default to 1080p. But I actually do like 1080p. It just looks less harsh and less digital. It's a lot faster for my workflow. Yeah, my videos are all in 1080p. I could prove to you like I just did, but there's no point. You can go look for yourself. Anyway. Do yourself is all I ever did. Well, I did have a sign up, but not off the stream, so I don't know if this person will see the stream. But congratulations. We have, can't show your name, so I have to put my hand on it. And so we had somebody that signed up off of our Caesars video. Congratulations, just purchased 1K a day. So thank you to our new student that's not on the stream, but there you go. Vegas used to be a fun place. Now it's a giant scam. If you tighten up all the slot machines, change all the blackjack odds, add more numbers to roulette, triple the drink and food prices. But downtown doesn't do all that stuff. See? Downtown still has the magic. It still has the spark. But then you're not seeing the Las Vegas Strip. I understand where you're coming from. Suspended this week off the strip. Scratch my head. Housekeeping that part. I don't know. Did everybody blow their money last weekend? Yes. Essentially, this happens every holiday. We have a big old splurge of people here for the holiday, and then everybody stays at home and does whatever they do. That is a thing that they do. Has anyone been to the new restaurant, The Hat, off of Rainbow? I am not a pressed meat kind of guy. There is a place called The Hat. It's pastrami. Everybody lines up for it. I don't know. It's got to have origins outside of Vegas. Enterprise in the house. Car rental or Nevada? Enterprise is basically Vegas. But if you live out here, you're like, Spring Valley, yo, North Las Vegas checking in. Never had anybody in Boulder City say that they were watching me, but I'm sure they are out there somewhere someday. Let's go see if we can find people at Venetian, because if there's one place in town that should be busy near us, it will be the Venetian. It'll probably be gangbusters. Venetian is always busy. That's what it is. They've turned off the water fountains again here. I don't know if it's because it's been windy or not. May check it next time I come out in June. That billionaire that bought Caesars sure owns a lot of stuff. I know, right? You know? Hi, Steve. Is that true? The owner of Golden Nugget. I did a video on this yesterday, guys. I did a video. I was the very first, probably the only Vegas channel talking about it that's not called Miles to Memories. They cover the news too. I was at Golden Nugget Laughlin and people were playing 6-5 despite the fact that there was 3-2s. Well, that's just ignorance. That's just ignorance, man. They don't know the difference and then they lose, you know? That's it. They don't know, and what can you say, you know? Yeah, but what you don't know can hurt you. What you don't know might hurt you. Is that the song? That's the song from back in the day. Let's prop this up here and watch the wheels go around for a little bit and see if there's anybody out here. Get your comments here. He owns Golden Nugget. He owns a lot of stuff. He's the ambassador to Italy. Used to housekeep Venetian. Love that place. Do you guys know that in New York City, the average housekeeper in LA and New York can make like $200,000 a year? And in New York, they just passed this new union contract that is going to like destroy the hotel industry. It won't come to Vegas. That was what my man Mr. R sent me. That was wall-to-wall people when it opened. Numbers down so far for attorneys and overhired dealers. Wow, I'm surprised actually. It's a World Series of Poker. You know, it's not owned by Caesars anymore. A Canadian company bought the branding to it. So maybe they're not advertising it. Costs more to stay at the Nugget than at Caesars. Or maybe people are like leveraged, you know, because right now, Kalshi, like I certainly don't think that you should be betting on Kalshi and all these different betting platforms because they're largely rigged, I believe. But, you know, people are doing that stuff. Maybe they're just leveraged. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I love Park MGM, but their room AC is awful. The new taxes on sports gambling gotta hurt poker players. Hi, Steven. Driving in from Cali. I got a free room at the Vanderpump. Cool. The Hat is a pastrami place up in the upland area of Cali. They have been opening new locations very slowly. The pastrami they have is the best. I don't like shredded meats usually. I can eat roast beast as we call it, after the Dr. Seuss thing. More Nugget than Caesar's, damn. Well, I never heard of that, but maybe. Steven, does Casino Royale have good mini bets and odds? Yeah, I think they have cheap tables at Casino Royale. Fertitta's going to try and turn it around. Yeah, the turnaround king. I don't know if he actually has a history of being a turnaround guy. I'm not sure. Let's see if he is. We'll ask Google Gemini. Let's find out. Does Tillman Fertitta, the new owner of Caesars Entertainment, have a history of successful turnarounds with businesses? Oh my gosh. The voice is so bad. Why am I using an iPhone? I have a better iPhone to bring. With Tillman Fertitta officially announcing, Fertitta has built a reputation as an absolute master of the corporate turnaround. Okay. So he does aggressive leverage and operational synergy. Oh yeah, by the way, he fires people and brags about it. Loyalty, integrating separate brands. I told you about that. Remember I said at the beginning of this video, I said if he's probably going to use his brand leverage, integrating several brands into singular high-value rewards programs. There you go. So now Caesars Rewards will be nationwide, and you can get Caesars Rewards and spend them at a Rainforest Cafe or at a Bubba Gump Shrimp or at a Morton Steakhouse. Margin expansion, utilizing central purchasing power across hundreds of restaurants. Well, that doesn't apply to the casino industry. Not so much. Persevering operational leadership. Landry's Seafood Restaurant. In the 80s, he took a controlling interest in Landry's in Texas, cutting operational waste, standardizing menus. Took it public in 93, Rainforest Cafe. He bought that and turned it around. So maybe he's a turnaround king. I don't know. Then he takes everything private, it looks like. Or a lot of stuff. Interesting stuff. We'll see how it goes for him. I want him to be successful. Phil Ruffin is a fellow Wichitan. See, and it's so dumb because it censored that. Held that for review. What's wrong with Phil Ruffin being a Wichitan? I find it very legit. Central Texas style barbecue place in Hendon. Okay. Hey, Steven, are you taking out the street sounds? I have a noise isolation on mild so you can hear some of the background. We made a pineapple. Steven, does Casino Royale still have good mini bets? Oh, we already had that. So you guys aren't asking a lot of questions, so I'll be quiet. You guys can just enjoy the ambiance, I guess, a little bit. You can hear most of the background noise, right? I'm using the Insta360 Mic Pro. Coming to Vegas in 17 days, staying at the Cosmo. What's your favorite restaurant on the Strip? I don't have a favorite restaurant on the Strip. I mean, I would go to the Water Grill at Caesar's Palace. I particularly like it there, but not everybody's into seafood. The gas station near me with $4.85 gas just closed temporarily. Wow. Well, we better get over to the Venetian and the Palazzo and see if there's people in there. Well, while we have 461 people on the stream, oh, wow, okay. Well, Mr. P just became a student of 1K a day. Thank you so much, Mr. P. Appreciate it, buddy. He got up off the stream, got in for 197.49. You can see Mr. P right there. Thank you so much for becoming a student. He became a student of my course called 1K a day. If you guys don't know, I'm an active futures trader. I go into the markets like a little sniper, Marine Navy SEAL sniper. And I personally have been doing it long enough that I can take a day like today where everything went one up and down. And in about a few minutes of time, I can generate results like this right here that you see where I made $1,700 this morning. That was my morning. Average trade took me 31 seconds, 83% profitable, $1,700. I got 1,300 students that are doing that in my course, 1K a day. It's a video on demand course. It shows you guys how to look at the markets, see the opportunities, click buttons, and see your potential profits. And the best part is it's not investing. It doesn't require tens of thousands of dollars to put in, and hopefully it goes up in 6 months to a year. It's active trading, 10 or 15 minutes a day. I teach you guys how to leverage prop firms, which after you paper trade and practice with zero at stake, can't win, can't lose. You spend $100, take a test with a prop firm, hit the profit target, then be off to where you can get actual daily cash outs into your accounts. 1K a day is for anybody, no matter what experience level you have. If you want to get involved, the course runs for $2,000. There's 23 hours of footage, but I'm running it for a special price. It's $197.49. I can't put the decimals in the flash sale for some reason. I can do it, actually. I just realized how I can. Get in for $197.49, lifetime access. It's all you'll ever pay for the course. And you guys can own it for life and give yourself a chance. Use code 529 at checkout. And I will celebrate you on the stream. I will be your teacher. There's a special email for my students. And I will be here to help you every step of the way. I want to see you be successful. 1K a day, similar to Jay Bravo's course. I own Jay Bravo's course. He doesn't teach you how to use prop firms. He teaches a lot of indicators. I teach price action. He teaches holding for 4 hours at a time. I teach getting in and getting out quickly, getting your base hits, $100 here, $200 there. By the way, if you can average $100 a day, that's $24,000 a year. $200 a day, guess what you did? You created yourself a $48,000 a year part-time income that you do from your house in 10 or 15 minutes. And if that sounds preposterous, I need you guys to have a little bit of faith in yourselves, because yes, that happens. People do that. Millions of people trade these futures markets. How much did you have to put out to $100? It's a prop firm account. I spent $100, pass the account, and then I get my withdrawals off that after I pass the account. $100. That's what your prop firm account costs. They give you an account with a $2,000 loss limit once you pass. Don't lose $2,000. I teach you how to minimize your losses. Vegas in the 1970s was the best. It's what the public enjoyed. People enjoyed loose, cheap blanks, loose slots, free drinks, cheap buffets. You could actually enjoy yourself. Yeah, but I would argue back, and Pink Lip, see, if you say a really good comment like that, Pink Lip, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna read it. I would argue back though that at the same, on the inverse of that, in the 1970s in Vegas, if you weren't a smoker, smoke was everywhere. It was grimy. It was not glamorous. You were at a point in time where, you know, a lot of things were illegal. Cannabis was illegal. Well, not a lot of things. Cannabis was illegal. Now it's legal. Some people love that. You had less choices for entertainment. If you wanted to come to Vegas and be entertained, you could go see some washed up lounge singer, because in the 70s, Vegas was considered a place for entertainers to go and end their career for one last cash grab. If you wanted to do a nice dinner, there wasn't 10 steakhouses. You had a couple, maybe. The buffets, not as good as you think they were, but they are definitely romanticized. So I'd argue that there's benefits to Vegas in the 70s and there's benefits to Vegas now. But it's certainly not any better, not any worse. Do you need to do it a certain amount of hours per day, Gabriel? No. Brother, I trade 10, 15 minutes. I'm finished. I walk away. I actually teach you not to trade for hours a day. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't trade for hours a day. Because no matter how good your edge is, and that's what your trading system is called, an edge, no matter how good the edge of 1K a day is, Wall Street's better. They're going to win. Wall Street will take everything you have if you just sit on it and keep doing it. It'll always happen. Just like the casino, no matter how good your edge is, no matter how skilled of a poker player you are, sit on the table forever, you're going to lose everything to somebody else with a slightly better edge. It is really possible reading trends, patterns, price action, 80% of a win rate with a solid plan limiting downside risk. It is. Are the good eateries coming from here in LA to Vegas? The Hat, Norm's Restaurant, Herbs. You know what's sad about Norm's is that Raising Cane's bought the original Norm's restaurant in LA and then made it a Raising Cane's. But to their credit, they kept the Norm's sign. It's like, ugh, nothing is the same anymore. But Backstreet's back. All right. Bow, 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 bow. Oh my gosh, we're back again. Mer, mer, mer. Love your channel. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Can you give us a little bit of insight? You see something that may give you a return of 17 and you put 100 on it and it worked out. Will, it's prop firms are companies that allow people to have access to capital that isn't theirs, where they have to demonstrate a certain level of skill in order to get access to that capital. So a prop firm will sell you an account. For marketing reasons, they call it a $50,000 account or a $150,000 account. I trade a quote-unquote $150,000 account. My loss limit that I can do on that account is like $4,000. If I lose $4,000, my account closes. I have to do a test. My test on that account is I have to make $9,000 in the markets. And when I do that, I get an account where when I make $1,700, it pays me $1,700. You have to demonstrate the skill. It's not like you're putting a wager on anything. You're paying $100 for the right to do the exam portion. So on a $50,000 account, your exam portion is $3,000. Can you make $3,000 in the markets? Obviously, I did it half in one day, right? So that's how that works. Does that make more sense now? Put 25K in a low risk market for 2 years. Yeah, sure. What does that yield you back for 2 years? Let me see here. Now I'm curious. If somebody put $25,000 in a 6.8% interest rate account, what would they have after 2 years as profits? Let's see what it says. Shut up, Siri. Go away. Strip room prices are not cheap tonight. What is the pricing strategy? Grab as much money as you can out of people? That's what their strategy is. Oh gosh. It gave me some ridiculous thing here. So yeah, you would have $3,000 made in 2 years. So you could do it that way. You could put 6.8% in to a $25,000 account, and you would have $28,500 at the end of 2 years. You would have a $3,000 profit. Or you could aim for $100 a day, base hits on average, build an account. There's 240 trading days a year. So you could trade for 240. So you'd trade for 480 days if you did 2 years. And if you made $100 a day, you could have $48,000 of income. It just really depends on what you want to do with it. Plus, under your deal, you have to hope the markets don't shift and that you have a guaranteed rate of 6.8 and all that stuff. Better deals at local casinos? Yeah, for sure. Hopefully my audio's sounding good for you guys. Man, are the Canadians just losing really, really bad today? It looks like it. Is that another goal? I guess we got a date with the Carolina Hurricanes. Was it June 2nd, I think it is, Tuesday? 5-0. 5-0. Claude Lemieux is spinning around in his grave. I love my compounding interest on my account since 2008. Yeah, that's a good way to do it too, buddy. Absolutely. But anyways, if you guys want to know about that strategy, about how I teach it, I'll put it in again. I will advertise it again. You can ask me questions about it. Get it for $197.49. I can't keep the prices low. They're gonna go up every single time I do a thing now because my coupons are broken. I'm going in and out? Okay. Well, let's get out of here then. So I can go just in, not out. This is the Venetian. Like I said, the Venetian should be the busiest, one of the busiest properties near us. Go Knights, go. Hey, what's up, Mr. A? 5-0 going into the third. When's the mercy rule? There's no mercy rule. When's that kick in? So we'll go outside now. This guy's matching. He's got his little man purse and his nice suit and everything else. Matchy, matchy. You're a great teacher. You joined last night. Thank you so much for Mr. Pay Up. Appreciate you being a part of it. If you're my student, I want to give you extra love on the streams. Steven, do you ever trade right before market open or do you wait? I don't ever trade right before market open. Some people do it, depending on your time zone. I just do it at market open. But you can trade any time during the day, really. Tremendous amounts of opportunities out there. If I see something really obvious, maybe I would take it. I've done it a few times, but I've been bit more than I've been given love on the pre-market stuff. But somebody I used to trade with, she loved pre-market. I'd get up, be ready to go. She's like, I'm done. Well, what happened? I made $8,000. What? Yeah, pre-market. I love pre-market. I'm like, oh, not for me. It cleared up for me once he left the sports bar. Yeah, it's that iPhone sucks, man. I love my iPhone. Like, I will not use any other device, but iPhone's modem is trash. They were bragging. Apple was flexing on it. I was such a fanboy. I defended this at one point last year. I am not defending this anymore. This is hot garbage, what they did with the iPhone modem. We got the guitar over there for you guys. No, it's not busy for a Friday. Not at all. Relatively slow. I might go to Roberto's Tacos if I get a sale, an extra sale. I might treat myself to Roberto's Tacos. I haven't had Roberto's in a long time. Oh, gulai. Oh, my gulai. All right, guys, let's get the chats cranking. Come on, chats. Do you guys looking forward to the Mirage or to the Hard Rock or not? Are you looking forward to Hard Rock or are you not looking forward to Hard Rock? Tell me in the chats. Let's go. Come on, chats. How much comments can we get on this? How much chat rate can we get? I shouldn't have to be Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy! But I have to be sometimes. My buddy told me about Dell a week ago. I was chicken. Wonder how much the guitar will be done in November when I'm here. Pretty much finished, I would imagine. They'll be putting inside stuff. So tell me, are you looking forward to the Hard Rock, or is it you hate it and you'll never go in there? The guitar doesn't look good. Oh, I think it looks great, but that's just me. We're allowed to disagree. Oh, you said if the guitar. I think the guitar looks absolutely great, right? It's smashing. It's top notch. You love some Roberto's. Yeah, if I get a second sale, I'm going to go for it. Roberto's is some expensive ass stuff, man. I'm going to get like 5 beef tacos and 1 cheese quesadilla, and it's going to cost me $42. Everything, all fast food costs me $42 nowadays. Be finished if they keep going up there, looking at it, yeah. I'm looking forward to it too, yeah. More comments. Let's go. Richard Strotcher Show. I should call this the SJC Show. Somebody asked me, are you going to come up with a snappy name? No, I'm just going to call myself Stephen J. Campbell. Thinking about selling? Oh, see? That's gross. See, here's the thing about you. This person here. Yeah, just so you know, YouTube hates you. It's automatically hiding your comments. I'm not... You can imagine what they put there. It's just nasty. Like, I don't know how people... Yeah, I mean, like, you're never going to have your comments shown on my channel. Like, it's ridiculous what you're saying. It's hilarious that you think that that's appropriate. I love you to death. I'm not censoring you. YouTube is censoring you. Look at how many comments this person. Hidden. Right? Hidden. Hidden. Another one that was hidden by YouTube. They're okay up here. Right there. That's okay. But then YouTube decided that you're just gross. Don't do it. Looking forward to that trolley between Hard Rock. I don't know if that's going to come back. Honestly, they'd be smart to bring it back. There used to be a tram that ran between Treasure Island over to the Mirage. And I don't know if it's coming back. There's no confirmation of that yet. Usually get the chimichanga plate. I like their tacos. I like the hard fried tacos, and you know, whatever. Like last night I had my low carb cheese quesadillas and stuff. I got ice cream. I'm just gonna eat normal for a bit. See what my maintenance is. You should go by Stevie J. Yeah. J Stevo, like J Bravo. Would that be it? Have you seen how Roberto started? Yeah, it's like some immigrant guy from Mexico. Something like that. So I'm an immigrant. It's a nice immigrant story. Yeah, I know that they had the first ever like taco shop inside of a Vegas casino. It was at one of the station's properties, I believe it was. Oh, Double A, you don't have to apologize to me, bro, but just understand that eventually what'll happen is YouTube will censor you entirely because they're just dicks like that. And I don't want to see you get censored by YouTube, bro. But at the same time, I say random comments. I don't want to say all that phallic, weird stuff. I'm not obsessed with the male genitalia like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you want to say the CO, like the word for a rooster. If you want to say the word for a male rooster over and over and that floats your boat, good on you, brother. I don't know what to tell you. No judgments here, bro. Everybody's a little bit different. As long as you keep it away from my godson and his daughter. I guess I have what do they call that? A grand goddaughter now. Fried tacos are delicious. Absolutely. Keto is the way to go. Lose body fat. I did carnivore, keto. I've done everything, bro. It's ridiculous. They're chanting Olay and Rally. Hurricanes are up 5-0 with 1 period left. Why would they chant Olay and Rally, though? That's what the Scorer app just sent me. That's so. What does Olay mean? I'm never going to back to Canada if Charles is on the money. What did Charles say? I didn't see. Is it true they're bringing the pirate show back at the TI? No, that was a fake news. That was a fake news story. I'd like to go to the Knights, but I can't afford these tickets. They're stupid. You guys want to see? What do you guys think the Golden Knights tickets cost? Tell me. Tell me what you think the Golden Knights tickets cost. I'm going to show you what they cost. Let's say you want 2 tickets and you want to sit in the lower bowl, which is where I like to sit. What do you guys think they're worth? 1,000, 1,000, 2,500? You're looking at so to sit where I sat. So I'm going to give you an example, okay? I went with Jay Bravo. If you guys don't know Jay Bravo, that's him right there. He's got a YouTube channel called Jay Bravo, JBRAVO. That's him and I, trying to convert him to being a hockey fan. We're in the lower bowl there, okay? So this is what our seats look like. This is what our seats look like without a zoom on the camera. This is me not zooming on the camera, okay? That's our seats. Now, that same seat right now, I know those cost $1,000 last round. That same seat right now, let's see what it costs. They don't have anything in that section, but if you want section 7, which is the second game we went to, you're looking at, per ticket, $1,900, $2,500. Per ticket. Plus the fees. So let's say you want to get row N. Row N's not a bad row. You're looking at 2 tickets. What would that cost right now if I click buy? You're looking at $3,900. I'm just rounding it up, but it should be round down. And look what you're paying on that price. This is what I mean. You're paying $700 in fees for those. $700 in fees. The real cost is only $3,000. You're actually paying, with the fees and taxes, $3,900. Those are great seats, but it's a dream for me that'll never. I can't do it. I just don't have it in the budget right now. We're buying something next year that's incredibly large. It's like, well, Steven, that's 2 good trading days for you. I can't execute. It's not in our budget that we have with our accountant. So I was telling you guys that when you guys get on a wealth drive and your life starts to change, little things start to change. Like you can buy food, any food. You don't look at the price of beef as much. And then you get to a level where you can buy little splurge things like a pair of shoes that you like. And then you get to a level where maybe, like a car payment that you never thought you could do. But then there's another level, which is $4,000 for a single game of hockey. Oh, we got a super chat from my man who, you don't have to super chat me. I actually actively don't want you to super chat me. But thank you so much for $2. This is our guy that had the potty mouth. I'm only explaining to you what YouTube is doing to you. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I'm looking out for you. I understand how YouTube works on another level because I've been doing this platform for the better part of darn near 16 years. I had channels before my Vegas channel here. And I see what's going on with the AI. Well, thank you so much. Please don't super chat me, guys. I'd rather be your teacher and have you guys invest in yourselves so I can get you going to a successful place in life. Speaking of which, we had Mr. J and Mr. S both become students with us on 1K a day for $197.49. So thank you so much to Mr. J and Mr. S that are both our students. And I guess I am now obligated to buy tacos tonight. Tacos are on me. I'll send them to you in the mail. Let's see what we got. Trip to Paris or Amsterdam instead of Las Vegas? Could be. I'm a student. The course has been great on my paper trading journey. Sometimes I game out a whole day of price action. Best entries, exits. I love it. You got to be a little obsessive. But I'm much more accurate on the replays. Yeah. Back test and forward test. 500 viewers on the chat. Very cool. And I'm going to shoe shop. I'm not going to shoe shop. I don't like country music. No country. It's nothing personal if you like country music, but I grew up in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and there were two #1 radio stations. One of them was country and one of them was Western. So I'm not a country guy. I am more a rock and roll 90s. I was listening to No Doubt on the way in. I was listening to Tragic Kingdom, their first album. I like that kind of stuff. I like Pearl Jam. I like Foo Fighters. I like Beatles. I like David Bowie. I like Queen. So I'm not necessarily a country guy. You know, if you play a country song backwards, you get your dog back, you get your wife back, you get your truck back. I mean, that's fine. Calgary Rodeo is a fraud. Why? The Calgary Stampede is a fraud? It's not the biggest one, but it's important. You know, started by an American, by the way. All you Canadians out there. Guy Wiedek started the Calgary Stampede. He's an American immigrant. When you triple the prices and take the illusion of... Oh, I'm sorry, this is too fast of a chat, baby. Too fast of a chat. When you triple the prices and take the illusion of winning away by changing the game odds and add daily resort fees, daily parking fees, when the value is gone, the fun is gone, overpaying is not fun. Milli Vanilli, yes. Taco Bell should give away free tacos every time Trump. So if you're a Golden Knights fan and the Golden Knights score 2 goals in 1 period at home, you get 2 free tacos. If you're in Vegas and the Golden Knights score a goal in the first period, you also get free French fries at McDonald's the next day. It's so beautiful without the crowds. I'd have a great time in Vegas if I had the money. Hopefully going to Banff for the first time. Banff is a gorgeous place. Everybody should see Banff National Park and Lake Louise before they die. Lake Louise it should be on the Wonders of the World list. Lake Louise, Canada, is this lake that sits at the edge of a glacier, and because it sits at the edge of a glacier, the water is very cold, and because the water is sitting on top of, I believe it's copper, the water looks like this. That's the color of the water at Lake Louise. Unbelievable, man. Everybody should see that. But it's like it's a very expensive destination to get to. But you can drive to Banff National Park and pay whatever the park fees are and stuff like that. But it's a gorgeous place. Everybody should see. What are they building on the west side? That's the Hard Rock, if you're talking about that. What's up? Thanks, Alvin. Luxor rooms are still $65 off peak. Yeah, well, it's true, but they also have the resort fees, don't forget. Today I ended the day in the negative. I went back and did a replay in 4 trades at almost 2,500. Well, Don, if you're doing that, then here's what I used to do, Don, when I was first starting. Don, my student in the course, Don Ricketts. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to log your trades, and you want to screenshot your trades. And Don, I want you to email me on my special student email. I'll show you how to enable your trade execution on the chart, so you can go back and it'll show you where you traded. It'll show you where your trades were during the day. So Don, send me an email and I'll send you instructions on how to do that. And then that way, what you'll do is you'll go in and you'll keep a trading journal, and you'll say, I entered this trade. Why did I think this was good? Why wasn't it good? And then you'll stop doing that. So Don, send me an email if you're hearing me. Best city in Canada is Toronto. Okay. We used to get free chalupas when the Blazers won. $65 includes the resort fees. Oh, does it? I don't know about that. Oh. Never heard about that before. Maybe. Hey, fellow Calgarian here. When did you move to Vegas? I've been here since 2004. So I'm getting on to where I've spent more than half my life in the United States. I'll never go back. I love the United States. It gave me every single opportunity in the world. And it taught me so much about the world. Canada, I'm going to say something bold and something that might be very unpopular with some of you, and I want you to understand, it's not grounded in hate or frustration or anger. Canadians live a very sheltered, beautiful little slice of life with clean water, clean air, low crime rates. But they also live, like I said, in a very sheltered part of life. And it's just part of life. It's just very disappointing that they view the world from a very myopic lens. And when you come to a place like the United States of America, where it's sink or swim, but the opportunities are 10 times bigger, just like the population base, it teaches you a lot that you can't learn if you just stay in Canada all the time. What's up, Lamont? Quebec City is the best place. I've never been to Quebec City. I've been to Hull. Now it's called Gatineau. They removed the name of Hull, Quebec. It's just over the river from Ottawa. There's the Rideau Canal and all this stuff up there. I used to live in southern Ontario when I was younger. Now my signal sucks, and it keeps bouncing around standing in that spot, and you can't see it because I'm stationary. So now it's better here. Let's go watch the world on the Las Vegas Strip here. Lots of cars. What's up, Wall Street Warlord? Nice to see you. Canada sounds like a nice place to retire. It's expensive. It's a very expensive place. It's a very expensive place. If you can afford a house, if you can afford to live there, the healthcare is not what you think it is, though. Most Canadians with money come to the United States for healthcare. Not all. But at some point, you're going to end up in America for healthcare. Why go to Vegas when you can gamble in the stock market? No flights, no resort fees, no overpriced dinners and drinks. The best value for money is stay home and party with friends. Okay. I spent a summer in Western Canada when my parents were flipping a fishing boat that they restored. It is a pretty shot. Where are the people? Maybe they'll be out at midnight. I went to the Hockey Hall of Fame after the Knights' first cup. It'll be India soon. Oh, shucks. That's one thing about Canada. They definitely allowed a lot of Indians into Canada in the last 10 years. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Please understand me. And I need subscribers really, really bad, by the way. I'm begging you. I know it's like I have zero scruples right now. I'm losing my Vegas base because I don't just talk about Vegas anymore. So do me a favor, do me a solid right now. If you're watching this and you at all can appreciate or enjoy anything that I'm doing and presenting to you, can you subscribe to the channel and come back for more? I break down the economy as a whole through a Vegas lens, like 3 or 4 times a week in regular uploads. And then I do these live streams 2 or 3 times a week. And we have these long conversations that last for 90 to 120 minutes. And I love and appreciate you watching. So if you're brand new, just subscribe to the channel. It doesn't hurt you to subscribe. If anything, it just makes sure that I'll show up in your feed again and YouTube won't push me away. Your audio and video is perfect. I'm 12,000 miles away in Thailand. Wow. I've always wanted to go to Thailand. My wife told me that if she ever dies and goes to heaven, I should go to Thailand because I'll be fooled by the ladyboys. Steven's in a transitional period. I'm transitioning. Rich L's been since day one. Please consider subscribing to Vegas Intellect and hit the like button. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Push the Luxor rooms I told you about. The thing is, I don't know that those Luxor rooms actually exist like you say they do. I'm sure at some, Luxor.com. Let's just go to Luxor.com and just look into it. Luxor Hotel, stay dates, 2 guests. May 29th, I don't want to select tonight. That would be, I don't want to cheat. Like, I could cheat. I know how to cheat. I'm a clever dude. Let's just take the 16th of June and check out on the 18th of June, middle of the week. That's our best shot to find the deal that you're telling me about for $65. I don't want to unlock your stupid crap. So here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing $54 tonight plus, right? $45. So they've discounted the room to $9. Shut the front door. So I guess this is true. I like when people teach me stuff. So Luxor now sells $13 rooms. Oh, world do we live in where the room is $13, but it averages out to 16? So there you go. There you go. Local casinos across the country are jamming. Gambling has been made available everywhere in Las Vegas. Will keep falling. You know, they said the same thing about Vegas after the 1980s when Atlantic City legalized gambling. And they've said this when legalized gambling with native casinos made pushes. It's never really happened, you know? It's a good deal, but then you're at... excuse me, you're at the Luxor. I'm not saying Luxor is bad. I mean, a lot of people want to say Center Strip. That is a really good hidden deal. I'm going to try to include that. Somebody said 65. No way. We just saw it. Hey, do you guys want to play a game some of you guys missed at the start of the video? I don't wear hats anymore, but I just made an impulse buy. So here's the deal. Tell me, Philippines is not cheaper than Thailand, though. That's the thing. Philippines is stupid. They figure you speak English and we're going to charge you more for Boracay versus Phuket. Tell me how much you think this cost. I bought this hat today on the way in from the Fashion Show Mall. It's got Mitch Marner's signature on it. What do you think this cost me? And I'm never going to wear it. I just want it because it's historic. What do you think that cost? Tell me what you think it costs. We did this at the start of the stream. $50, somebody says. $42.99, nope. $34.99, nope. Those would be reasonable prices. We're not in a reasonable economy. We're in a K-shaped economy where people like me that are towards the top of the K can afford an impulse buy. I didn't look at the price until I bought it. Nope. So here's what I actually paid for it. $75. So K-shaped economy, reality time, that sports are only for wealthy people, I guess. So this doesn't hurt me. Would this hurt you? Would you buy this for this price? That's the question I have. So the hat was $38. Maple Leaf NHL player, Marner used to be on the Leafs, that guy's signature. $4 for the threads, $57, total of $61.77. Question for you, chat. Would you pay $61.77 for that hat? It doesn't bother me. I wanted it. I didn't look at the price. I just bought it, and I thought I'd ask you that question. Now we're looking at the price because we're on the stream together. I want to know if you guys think that's worth it. Would anybody buy the hat for $61.77? If you're a fan, you would? Okay, fair enough. No, we got a lot of no's in the chat. That's what I mean about somebody was arguing me that, well, it's not a K-shaped economy. I'm like, it is a K-shaped economy. That's how you know, like, because those kinds of things used to be approachable to everybody. Now, I would pay that for a historical piece of merch. Yeah, you're not going to get that. I only buy hats off Temu. Fair enough, I guess. I'm not a fan. Okay, well, fine. Maybe it's your team, your football team. They won the NFC title. Would you pay that if you're a Niners guy and the Niners won, or the Eagles? Like, you know, that's all I'm asking. $85. People are still guessing. If I was winning and wanted it, then maybe. Got a lot of no's. It was K-shaped before the Great Depression. No, I don't know. I think the Great Depression created another K. You know, that's an interesting question. Huh? Oh, you just maybe gave me an idea for a video. Was there a K-shaped economy after the Great Depression? I love doing these live streams because sometimes I get the best video ideas from people making the best comments. No, there was not a K-shaped recovery after the Great Depression. Instead, the post-depression recovery was a unified tide that lifts all boats rebound, that actually compressed income inequality rather than widening it. Oh, well, I guess that's interesting. There still might be a video idea there. I love the concept, though. The Great Compression, they called it. The gap between the rich and the poor narrowed drastically. The 1930s was a V-shaped recovery. Wall Street remained heavily regulated. Stock and real estate markets boomed. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. That's why I tell you guys to learn how to trade the markets, because Right now, anybody can trade in the markets. You don't need thousands of dollars of capital. There's not even a pattern day trading rule anymore, essentially. Massive industrial blue-collar job creation, shift towards white-collar remote work. This is an interesting... This will be for my other channel, I think, that I have. I'm going to do this on my other channel, actually. This is really great. I'm going to share this with Jay Bravo so I don't lose this. I don't want to lose this chat thread. He might steal my video idea. I'm going to text him. I'm going to make this video. I'm going to make this video for my K-shaped channel. You can steal it if you want to. This is a great concept. Thank you for that. The markets are crazy right now, especially in the mornings. I'm telling you guys, for the last time, I'm looking right now. I'm going to show you guys what's happened every single day this week. It's been a monstrous open, and then it comes crashing right back down. Today was nuts. Today, if you knew what you're looking for, look at this. This is redunculous. This was the chart for NASDAQ futures market today. You're looking at this bound up compressed energy. You're looking at the red, white, and blue all in the same range. Every time I draw a yellow line, by the way, that yellow line is because that's where the price keeps coming back to. See it happening there? See it happening here? So I know if it breaks up past this yellow line that I see, that it's going for the moon. And then all I do is the market opens, I click a button. If I miss it, I wait till the red and another green. And it does that every day, several times a day. Like, it's not hard to learn this stuff. That was today. If you were to look at yesterday was largely the exact same thing. Yeah, yesterday morning, look, there's that red-green, green-red-green pattern again. You get in on this giant thing right here. You get in off of, see how it compresses? Boom, boom, up to the moon, baby. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyways, that's what I teach people to do. That's how I get in and out. That's how I make my money. That's how I buy hats I'm never going to wear. That's how today I did my trades, $1,700. You're going to hit your base hits, make $100 a day. Be realistic with yourselves. That's what I teach people in my course, 1K a day. If you guys want to get in on it, I'm keeping the price very low. It's supposed to be a $2,000 course. You guys can get in if you guys want to. You'll get the whole thing for $197.49. That's the lowest I can do right now. It was cheaper yesterday. And click the link, put in 529 at the checkout. Do something that nobody can ever take from you, and something that will, once you learn it, give you a skill that can be incredibly profitable for you. And like I explained, you don't need lots of capital. I teach you guys how to use prop firms to leverage. You pass an exam by hitting a profit target. Pay $100 for that account. When you're ready, that's months and months from now. You guys are going to practice trade for a long time. And then from there, you're going to be off to the races with the potential to make same-day cash outs. 1K a day students sound off. Oh yeah, Lamont wants you guys to make a 1K a day sound off. Oh, I had a student just email me. I got to respond. Hey, I'm glad to hear that you're on the mend. If you take a look on my channel, I did a video yesterday on the Caesars deal. Thanks so much for being with me in the course, and get back to trading whenever you can. It's not going anywhere. LOL. Sorry, I try to get back to my students right away. That's one of my student emails. La 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 la. You find in the morning the best time to get in and get out of a trade. Afternoons it takes a little longer. Yep. There's lots of different trading styles, but you can trade 22 hours a day. Just let Claude trade. I would never let an AI trade my account. As it stands right now, there's no way I'd ever do that. Don't you have to have money to buy and trade? No, the futures market's different. Futures markets is not Tesla, it's not Apple, it's not investing in the S&P 500. I'm not an investor. I can't give you legally, I can't give you investment advice. People ask me all the time right in this chat, Steven, should I buy XYZ? I don't know. I'm not an investor. You should go to a guy with FINRA certification and invest with him. I'm not that guy. I won't take your money. I don't put your money anywhere. I teach you how to look at a chart, click buttons. If you decide to do that, that's fine. There's disclaimers all over the course. But we trade the futures markets. They take the top 100 companies on the NASDAQ. They bundle them all together. They say, here's what we think the price will be in the future. You click it. If it goes up, you can make some money. If it goes down, you can make some money either way. Pay $100 to a prop firm, hit the profit target, be off to the races. That's it. No, I don't like country music, but he's got chops. This guy's talented. Let's go over to the Five Guys and get a sugar-free Minute Maid lemonade. He's good. He's talented. I'm not a country guy, but, you know, I know when a singer can sing. Nobody that buys that hat can give investment advice. Ah, funny guy. You're a mushroom because you're a fun guy. Explain to people why the futures market is not connected. No, it is completely connected to the markets because you're taking the value of Tesla. You're taking the value of SpaceX when it launches in a few weeks or in a week or so. You're taking the value of those things. You're mixing them all together and you're speculating where those collectively will be in the future. That's what you're doing. The price on the futures markets is happening in the future. That's where they think the market is going. So for example, right, let's say it's earnings season. Earnings season is when the big companies across the world release their financials. It's earnings season and Nvidia says, hey, we turned a 7% profit because we're not realistic because we're an AI company. And Nvidia lifts the entire market that day. Or Nvidia says, hey, we missed our profit targets. The market can tank because of one company. So they're completely tied in. And then they're also tied into like the 2-year, the 10-year, the yields, the bond yield markets. They're all connected, right? Like right now, was it like 3.62% is that's the one that the Fed rate, common Fed rate, and then you have the active. It's all, I don't get into that in the course. That doesn't matter. It'll make your head explode. But yeah, it's all tied in. Hey, buddy. Just gonna get a large lemonade. That's all I want. And bags of peanuts. No, we're not gonna do it. Hi. Good, how are you? Good. Just gonna get a large drink, that's all. $3.79 or cash or card? Card. Thank you. Ah.
Would you like your receipt?
Yeah. Thank you. You too. All right, let's go get this here. Ba-ba-doo. What does this say here? It says, oh, okay, never mind. The SpaceX just make money by launching people's satellites, trying to figure out if I should get involved in the IPO. Look, again, I don't give investment and financial advice. Here's what I'll tell you about SpaceX. SpaceX actually combined a set of companies, right? You have XAI, which is an AI company. You have SpaceX, and then you also have Starlink, right? Those are the companies that are involved in the 3 companies that merge up to make the SpaceX, right? So those are your 3 companies. Now, here's the deal. SpaceX is not profitable. SpaceX not profitable. XAI is not profitable. The only thing that's profitable is Starlink, the internet service provider. Starlink is very profitable. Starlink is like 60% profit margin, which is like, if you had a 60% profit margin company, you're going to invest in that, go do it. Like, that's great. You're going to make money. But at the same time, 2/3 of the entire thing are not profitable, right? So now you got to think to yourself, when are they going to get profitable? So then SpaceX comes along and they say, well, we think that we're going to be worth $28 trillion. That's what we could potentially be worth. And they have to disclose this in their IPO that they send off to the federal government. So that's called the TAM. That's the total addressable market, the total potential market. How do they get to a $28 trillion TAM number? This is where it gets to be like, hey, trust me, bro. So what they do to get there is they say, well, XAI is going to be key to everything. It's going to be enterprise AI services. Okay? So what they're saying to you is that every single company on the planet, every single business, every single school, every single hospital, every single you, every single me is their potential client to sell enterprise AI to. So, but here's the deal. Their AI is called Grok. Grok is like the lowest of all of the AIs. OpenAI has more subscribers. Claude has more subscribers. Gemini has more use. Grok is down here, like 4% of the whole market share. So what's going to change? How are we going to drastically get them to where everybody just has to use Grok? I don't know. You tell me. Most coders, most people that write code, they like Claude. They like Claude code, right? Most regular people default and go to OpenAI. They just use ChatGPT because that was the first one. And now ChatGPT has become synonymous with AI. So back in the day, you might have been playing Sega Master System, but your grandparents said that the kids are downstairs playing the Nintendo. And you were like, no, Grandma, it's a Sega Master System. It's technically better than Nintendo. You knew that your Master System sucked compared to the NES because it didn't have the games. But you were like, no. But see, my point is, back then, Nintendo was synonymous with video gaming. Gemini is Google's product. That's rolling into Apple ecosystem. They're announcing that in like a week or two. They've already announced it, but they're going to be like literally rolling it out. Apple has a Siri event coming up June 11th or something. It's an Apple event. And it's called Let's Get Serious. And we know that they're going to be showing how they're integrating Siri and Gemini and marrying them together, right? And so nobody knows who wins the AI race. But here comes SpaceX saying $28 trillion. Like, bro, based on what? Trust me, bro. Like, we're going to do it. You know? Vectrex was the greatest system of all time. So should you invest in this? I mean, look, here's the thing. There's actually 3 types of shares in the SpaceX IPO. The first type is a common share. That's what you and me and anybody else can buy. It has one voting power per share. Then you have the second type. Okay, that's Elon Musk's shares. Elon Musk's shares. Each share has 10 voting power, which means that Elon Musk is going to control 85% of it. And even if he ran the company into the ground, you as an investor, no matter how big or small you are, will never have a vote on anything because Elon Musk is going to be basically an emperor over this thing. And then the third type of share is reserved. It's used to do buyouts in companies and things such as this. So you're buying into this company likely because you really, 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 really believe in Elon Musk. And you will follow him to the ends of the earth blindly, thinking that he's going to be into something big. And that's the SpaceX IPO, in my opinion. But you do you on whatever you think, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to your comments. I've been talking for too long. Chinese open weight models are catching up fast, though. A route to different AI models for tasks than Chinese models costs 1/30th. I would only use a Chinese model if I ran it locally on my machine. I would never connect a Chinese model to the internet. I just don't trust it. Plus, Chinese models have censorship built into them, which I don't really like. Elon kissed and made up with Trump, so SpaceX is rigged to help us since Trump needs help in the polls. I don't know about that. Um, somebody said there's an influencer here that I missed or something. We have Phony, King of England, says strip Olive Garden has regular non-strip prices. Good to know. That's good. That's a good tip. Vectrex was the greatest system. I never played a Vectrex before. Co-signed, I used Claude to make one-page website to apply for a freelance job, and I got it. Very nice. NASDAQ relaxing index listing rule is just dirty for people's 401ks. Yeah. So there's another problem with the SpaceX IPO, and it's not a problem so much as it's a liquidity issue. Because, like, let's say $200 billion flows into that on day one. It's not new money. Like, it has to come from somewhere. So people are going to be borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. They're going to be taking away from something to buy into this. And most of you guys with a 401k and a retirement fund, you're buying into SpaceX whether or not you like it. I hear Five Guys is expensive. How much did you pay? Oh, yeah. Do I even have the receipt? Did I throw it away? Am I a moron? I don't think I threw it away. I thought I kept it. I paid $4.88 for this, but I also gave a 20% tip. I feel bad when I don't tip. Plus, I have a YouTube channel, so it's only right for me to tip. But I feel bad if I don't tip people. I thought I kept the receipt. I must have tossed it without thinking about it. So I paid $4.88. How's the working out? I haven't been working out. I've been lazy, unfortunately. What did I think about Caesars being bought? I'm going to tell you guys right now. I did a whole video yesterday on Caesars being bought. I think it's going to drive prices up in Vegas. But at the same time, this place is not a value proposition destination anyways. Tip for what? So she doesn't have to make a minimum wage? So she can live a better life? I don't know. Do you have a cat? I certainly do. And I have a little thing here that I don't know what it is, and I've been trying to scrape it off. I'm doing dry cleaning. This is how men do dry cleaning. It's horrible. I just washed this shirt literally today. I put it on. I ate one thing. You can't take me anywhere. And now I have a thing. But I do have two cats. I have a deaf cat, and I have a Siamese cat. I didn't hear the Tillman Fertitta had to sell this. They need regulatory approval for it to happen. So there's still more steps to it, but they're not going to say no to him. He's Trump's friend. Tillman Fertitta is also the ambassador to Italy or something. It's a region in Italy. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, you guys don't think I should tip when I get service at a restaurant? Why? I can tip. It's my money. You guys get offended by that? You guys are like, but it gives her a better life. And if I tip her, she makes more money. And if she makes more money, then she can put it into the local economy. And if she puts it into the local economy where I live, then crime levels don't go as high because we don't have as much low dollars going into people's pockets. And I don't know, it just seems like the proper thing to do. But tell me what your comment is. I don't think that you're offended, but a lot of you guys are taken aback that I tip every single time I do anything on this trip. Anything, unless it's like an ABC store. I'm not tipping at the ABC store. Like if they had a self-check at the ABC, I would do it and I wouldn't tip the self-check, you know? But this is a person that I'm interacting with. It's a fellow human being. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. Anyway, I didn't hear that Tillman Fertitta had to sell his stocks, yeah. Sarah, there's Sarah, one of our OG moderators, a member for a very long time. Nice to see you back, Sarah. What kind of computer do you use to trade on? If you have an iPad, you can use an iPad and a mouse. Any Bluetooth mouse will work on an iPad. Any computer will work. Any computer, because you're doing it in a web browser. There's nothing special. You don't need a supercomputer to trade with. And people think they got to buy a new computer. If you're going to market for a computer, here's what you buy. You buy a MacBook Neo. The MacBook Neo is like $599. It's a Mac. It literally has Windows computer manufacturers scared to death because of how good it is. It's a MacBook. It's got a beautiful screen. It'll do you good for 5 to 10 years. If you gotta buy a Windows computer, buy an $800 Windows computer, but buy a MacBook Neo. Buy a Mac Mini used off the Apple Store. It's the cheapest one you can get. Carolina and Las Vegas are playing in the final. All right, we're gonna get us some Carolina Hurricanes fans out here. When I worked fast food in the 80s, we weren't allowed to take tips. Well, times have changed, huh? Mac Minis are good too. You don't need a powerful computer to trade. It's a front end. It displays graphics. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, my old timeshare boss is texting me. Gonna be honest, I'm incredible. Like I'm so seriously considering going to something in the final, but those prices are just a little bit disgusting right now. They're just dirty, and unlike most games, they're not going down before the game. There you go. Anyways, back to the chats. When trading, should you just have the Trading View tab open? I would never, if I'm going to be trading on a web browser, not the dedicated app, and I trade in a web browser, I close all of my other tabs because I don't want anything to crash. Especially if you're on a Windows computer and not a new one. Most people are using Chrome-based tab browsers, and they have a tendency to, sometimes a browser tab can hang and it can cause problems. I just so much as, use a separate browser for anything you have to do. Keep one tab open for your trades and just do that. I use Safari on Mac for all my trading, but I don't use Safari for anything else. So I use an Arc browser on Mac. It's a Chrome-based browser and stuff like that. Let's see here. Back to your chats. Whisper Flow is really good. Whether one tips or not is a choice. Aside from those that receive the tip, it does not affect anyone but the person who is tipping. Freedom of choice. You have to get I have to get something new. No one tips me for your iPhone not dying. I make your chips. Thank you for making my iPhone chips. I will go on the record to say that the modem in the iPhone 16, whatever. What am I using, a 17? The modem in the iPhone 17 sucks. It's garbage. Apple's N1 modem is trash. It doesn't stream properly. Doesn't like streaming scenarios. Sorry. My iPhone 16 Pro Max, good. 15 Pro Max, great. 14, good. 13, whatever. iPhone 12, not bad. This phone doesn't know how to stream. Just this phone. And I'm not the only one. I've researched this extensively. Apple bragged and did laps about how we have our own modem. We don't have to use Qualcomm anymore. Not good. Okay, let's see. Nick says, what? Okay, yes. I should get tipped for my Luxor and Olive Garden tips. The Luxor was a good tip. It's incredibly cheap. $9 at Luxor. You get $1 at Taco Bell on Tuesday. But then I would be eating Taco Bell. So you see where that puts me. I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. So if I go back to the 16, I lose the cameras. Like the iPhone Fold is coming out, or they might call it the iPhone Ultra. I have a 16 at home. I should really tomorrow, before I go anywhere, I'm going to meet Jay Bravo tomorrow in the morning, but before I go anywhere, I really should set up my iPhone 16, because this one's just slow. It's a 12. But it's just sitting on a shelf. But I lose the cameras if I go to a 16. The 17 has amazing cameras, like just so good. But I'm going to buy the iPhone Ultra, I'm thinking. That's the foldable one. And it's like, can't stream on it, so I'll have to keep the 17 to stream on the 17. It's a K economy. The tipped get tippier, the untipped don't. Yeah, there you go. Oh, man. All right. If we have more comments, we have more comments. But there it is, right? Unbelievable. All right, well, we don't have a lot of comments, but we do have 400 people watching. If you haven't subscribed, I'm begging people for subscribers, like some kind of pauper who's got his channel for the first time ever. because I'm shifting my content from just Vegas over to, Vegas economy. Vegas is a case study. So if you've been enjoying this video, you should understand that I do very tight, sound like Austin Powers. I do very tight, scripted, cohesive video uploads 3 or 4 times a week, where in 8 to 11 minutes I break down things and I explain the economy and I use Vegas as a case study and I tie it all together with professional graphics and overlays. And recently I've been using Cdance, which is an AI video generator, to do some cool stuff with videos that I create from like still photos. And I do those videos and then I do these live streams. So if you're at all enjoying this, you should subscribe to this right now and come back for more. You should really share your story on how you got scammed to be a day trader. I think it'll get you a lot more students by sharing that alone. That'd be a great teaser for your program. Do you guys want to hear how I got scammed into trading on the chat right now? Is anybody interested? It's part of 1K a day. It's a longer video, but I don't have to be long. Say yes in the chat if you guys want to hear that. Is Jay Bravo the guy who has the Bravo tools? Yeah, I use his Bravo indicators. That's the guy. That's his. He developed them. Do you guys want to hear that? Yes. You guys want to hear that? Yes. 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 Okay. So in 1K a day, it's a video course. It's how I teach people how to do what I do and work their way up to possibly making serious money in the markets. I teach them basics. I explain how I got into trading, and it's a long story, but it starts off with me constantly fighting everybody and being on a grind of poverty for my entire married life and all of my childhood. And it was a weird series of events. I was live streaming in perpetuity forever. Right now, I don't want you to send me super chats. I don't have donation links. I don't want those. I want a relationship with you. I want you guys to invest in yourselves through my course. And that would be the ultimate good way for me to, have a relationship with you money-wise. But back then I was grinding out for donations. And a strange series of events happened. I was on the strip by the Coca-Cola store, and there was a guy that was doing Christian hip-hop. And I thought that was kind of cool, but his Bluetooth had died. And I went up to him and I struck up a conversation. And I loved how he was doing the Christian thing. I'm a Christian myself. I got this that says God's got this. Like I'm an actual follower of Jesus. And I talked with him on the stream, and I offered to connect him to another guy that I know in town that might be able to get him maybe some exposure in the music industry and stuff like that. And then a couple of things happened. We had the attack on October 7th, I think it was, the Hamas and Israel thing. And I remember the markets on crypto, because they run through the weekends, tanking. And I was talking about that on my stream, and I said, wow, you guys who have, if you guys have anything in the markets, it's going to be a down market tomorrow. I don't understand how the markets work, but it'll be bad tomorrow. And somebody said to me in the chat, I trade the futures market. When it goes down, I can make money. And I was like, well, that sounds interesting. I wish you would email me about that. And he did. And we struck up a conversation. Now, when you're a YouTuber and you have any kind of audience, nothing's ever free. There's no free lunch. This person who might be watching now, I don't know, he told me about how he trades and he was going to teach me how to trade. And within 30 days, he said, I would be making all my bills within 30 days. Not true. That's not the way this works. Within 30 days, even if you get into 1K a day, you're not going to make money after 30 days. That's not how this works. That's not how any of the trading unions, that's not how the trading world works. But he convinced me enough that I convinced my wife of this, and she thought I was bonkers crazy. And the first thing he did was give me a coupon code for a prop firm and tell me that I had to buy this thing, which is not what I teach anybody in 1K a day. I get him into TradingView. It's $20 a month to paper trade, but he had me trading a prop firm account from day one. So here I am, $49, lose that money. Another $49, lose that money. He's teaching me, he's telling me he's going to teach me all these things. I didn't learn much from him, but I got hooked into the idea that it would be the solution to all my problems. And it's the same thing that all these people are trying to show you, that all you got to do is do this for 2 weeks or take my thing and pay $2,000 for this thing and you'll be making big money before you know it. No, it takes persistence. It takes time. It takes understanding some simple concepts. It takes practice. But he likely made thousands of dollars off of me because every time I blew one of those prop firm accounts because I shouldn't have been using them, he made a commission. He made a commission for life off me until I stopped using that prop firm. And then it led to me meeting another person who didn't want a thing from me. And he took me under her wing and showed me another thing. And then it led to this and led to that. And I never stopped because I was desperate. Because I don't have a high school diploma. Because I don't have a college education. Because I'm an Asperger's riddled weirdo. Because I didn't have any prospects. So I went hyper-vigilant, focused on things. And I pushed through to a point where things clicked for me. And I gave it to others and it clicked for them. And I made a product and here I am with you guys. And that's how I kind of got swept into this whole thing where somebody convinced me and they led me down this path that would have just made me consistently lose if I had not snapped out of it and done all of my own research and took all of that and put it into what I have now. So that's what it is. You know, my relationship with Jesus Christ and my wife and kids changed everything. But now I teach people how to do that for one price, and I teach them not to buy prop firms, and I teach them not to go hog wild, and I teach them to take their time, and I teach them to get their base hits, and I teach them that you're not going to be making $1,000 a day like this. You have to get there. It takes stages, you know, and everything I do tells you guys from the outset. I'm showing you the clicks. I'm showing you the patterns. You do the rest. It's one click. You start the clicks. I don't do that for you. I'm not here to do that for you. Anyways, if you guys want to learn more, you guys want to get in, you guys want to see what I teach, go to the link, type in 529, get it for $197.49. Or don't. That's up to you. I'm not here to push you and twist your arm. A long-term investor, I love what you are saying and doing. Thank you, Kirk. You can keep specific details to yourself, but what is the overall premise of your trades? Okay. If you ever want to have an edge in anything in life, anything, this restaurant, a car detailing business, or a trading account, you have to have a basis that is repeatable. You have to have a repeatable system that works over and over and over again. If it's not repeatable and you can't do it day in, day out and see consistent results, it's not a system. And if it's not a system, you shouldn't do it. A lot of people go into the markets, they click random buttons when they see it go up. They start making money. I put this in 1K a day too. They get dead lucky. They start losing. They don't know why they lose. They lose themselves into a giant hole. They burn their life down around it trying to chase the money. They say trading is a scam, don't do it. And there's a reason for that. Some people buy a burger restaurant, don't understand the system that McDonald's and Five Guys and Smash Burger and Burger King have. They can't make money, they're not profitable. So my system is based on looking for the same patterns over and over again that happen every single day. And that's what I teach you. I teach you how to identify the patterns and how to follow the price and the money action. That's it. Simple. It's not one thing you can do. There's no algorithm. The algorithm is Wall Street. You're trading against the best minds in the world, the best quantum computers in the world, the kids that are in the Mensa club that develop the things for that. And if you walk in and you even break even, you're lucky. And if you make a profit, you're a rock star. That's it. That's the story. And I'll scare you away. It's not for everybody. You should always tip. Thank you so much, Leonard. Thank you so much for sharing. You're the real deal. Thank you for being relatable and humble. Wishing you all the best. Well, I'm still a very incredibly flawed, wretched person. We all are. We all are. And I had to learn that the hard way. God smacked me down so hard that over and over and over and over again. It makes me smile. It's hard to find a world, but never mind. But that's my story. That's what I tell. I probably tell it better in the course. Hey, it's part of your charm. Nobody likes Mr. Perfect. Well, at least I admit it. You know. Stephen, what residency would you wish returned to Vegas? Oh, I love Rusty Shackelford. For two reasons I love this viewer. Number one, he's got the best username in the world. Rusty Shackelford was Dale Gribble's pseudonym in King of the Hill. Dale Gribble was a conspiracy theorist, and he didn't want to be part of the machine, the system. And so he used the word. So that's a great username. Secondly, Rusty Shackelford always asks the questions that I can kick off a long thought train with. Thought Train. John Thought Train. That was the famous jazz. No, it's Coltrane. I have never seen a Vegas residency that I said I wish that would stay in Vegas forever. Honestly. I mean, I'm not throwing shade on Britney Spears or Backstreet Boys. Maybe Elton John, but he can't perform anymore. He's got poor health and chronically poor health. If the Foo Fighters had a residency, I'd be in on that. That'd be great. They're playing in September. I don't know. I might go to it. I might not. I'm not sure. Choose Foo Fighters or the F1. It's going to be $1,000 for a ticket either way. Pick some marquee event to do this fall. I haven't decided that far yet. But, that's because I like that band. I would love to see... So at a time, I would have said Paul McCartney, but he won't do a residency. He doesn't like to play anywhere that Billy Joel has played either, by the way. Journey would be good for a residency in Vegas. I'd see Journey. That'd be cool. Residencies. I have a lot of faith in Jesus, too. Oh, thank you, Donna. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for answering. Lots of YouTubes won't answer questions. I grew up listening to talk radio, Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell and then George Norrie and Phil Hendry's show, and it's going to piss a lot of you off, Rush Limbaugh, Michael Savage, although I can't listen to Michael Savage anymore. He's just so angry. But I believe these are better when there's streams of consciousness on the side of me and then listen to you and then we communicate and stuff like that. 1K a day. Well, you delete that. That was a good comment. Singer for Journey seems burned out. Arnel Pineda is very self-conscious. He's a Filipino guy. If you ever want to see a really amazing video, I'll show you the video to watch. If you like Journey, and most of you guys do because I think you're in my age bracket, type in Journey F1 Vegas, and you'll find this video. You don't do it now, then you won't be watching my stream. But if you go to Journey F1 Vegas, it's Don't Stop Believin'. It's this video right here. And Verizon is terrible where I'm sitting, and this phone is on Verizon, so it's probably not going to stream very well. But it's from the very first F1 event at the grandstand, and it's an amazing rendition of Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, right? And you can see, this is the peak. I'm going to go to this, I think, this fall. You can see this is them playing for thousands of fans at the F1. He does such a good job here. And then he had one bad show last year, and he was so worried about it. He was asking his fans. He's a big Facebook guy. Filipinos are Facebook users in large part. They just love Facebook. And he's asking his fans if he should step down. And I'm like, step down? You had one off night. Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis. Don't. If you like Tom Leykis, that's fine. It's kind of like a scumbag. The guy who's not a left-wing something or other like Tom Leykis. You met Tom Leykis. Is he still around? Is he still alive? Sammy Hagar's maybe doing a residency. I'm not sure. Could be. We saw Journey. Yeah, there's a good singer. From the Kingdom of Nye. This is Coast to Coast. What was his name? I saw Paul McCartney. It was good. He did 5 sing-alongs. My buddy went to Paul McCartney. He got free tickets because his relative works at Allegiant. And he said, Paul's not Paul. He's 82 years old, man. Your vocal cords only have so much in them. I guess, another band I'd like to see is Aerosmith. Actually, okay, bring back the Aerosmith residency. They did their thing at the park. That would be cool. One night made him freak out. I know, he's so self-conscious, man. It was hilarious how many people bought this garbage. What garbage? 20 years ago? Anyways, yeah, that's what I think. I used to do talk radio here in LA. I know Lycus for years, still alive and lost a lot of weight. That's good. Did you know Phil Hendry? I tried to watch a Phil Hendry documentary. It's free on YouTube. I just couldn't get into everybody. Here's a bunch of old comedians stroking Phil Hendry's ego. I like Phil Hendry, but anyways. Saludos amigos y todos de Las Vegas desde Mexico. Hello, my friend and everybody in Las Vegas from Mexico with Isaac, Rossi, and Kevin. Hi, Isaac, Rossi, and Kevin. Aerosmith sucks in concert? Oh, okay. But that's why I talk so much on these streams, and I'm very blessed, man. I should have been not here a long time ago. I got through it all. And here I am. But I had people around me that believed in me, and I didn't believe in myself, which is why I believe in you guys more than you know. I never met Phil Hendry, but his brother once. His brother was a limo driver. I was a Limbaugh subscriber for 18 years. Yeah, I paid for Rush. I paid for Rush Limbaugh when he was around still. I paid for his podcast and his radio shows. Yeah, that's me. But anyways, I love you guys to death. Adam Carolla. Okay. Anyway. Okay, guess what? I'm going to go and buy my Roberto's tacos. And Don R. did get back to me. And they got good music at Five Guys if you're a 90s kid. Because they are playing Nirvana and Garbage. I'm Only Happy When It Rains. That's a great song. Okay, I'll be back, not tomorrow, but Sunday. Tomorrow's going to be a day. Steven Tyler did semi-retire. You're right, he has vocal cord issues too. They all get vocal cord issues when they get older. Steven Tyler is one of the best vocalists of all time. You may not think that, but if you don't think that, after this video, click off, go look up Steven Tyler, best vocals. It'll make your skin... Look, I get goosebumps thinking about Steven Tyler vocals. He's so good, but he's so, pushed into a little corner of that guy who sang Love in an Elevator. He's great. He's a great vocalist. You know who's a great vocalist? Absolutely can't stand the man, personality-wise. Jack Black. Great vocalist. Can't listen to him talk. He decided that he was going to take politics and put it into things. So, I can separate the man from his art. Great vocalist, Jack Black. Amazing. You don't want to think about it, but he is great. Great vocalist, Adam Lambert. Comes out there 12 out of 10 on the gay factor. Doing his own version of Freddie Mercury. Great vocalist, Anyways, okay. You guys are the best. If you guys want to get in on 1K a day, do it. And send me an email once you're one of my students. You get it for $197.49. Lowest price I can do right now. And I use the code 529. And Lady Gaga's a really good singer, too. Man, there's so many good singers that get kind of pigeonholed as to being just one-trick ponies. Ooh, you mean Lady Gaga, the lady that dresses up in a meat costume? Yeah, that Lady Gaga. Weird Al Yankovic can sing. For gosh sakes, there's a reason that they've been in this business for so long. Anyways, you guys are wonderful. We'll see you on Sunday in the mornings. Should be in the morning. Okay, we're going to go. We're going to say 3, 2, 1, click. 3, 2, 1, just keep swimming. And I love you guys, and bye-bye.